Nairobi National Park, a haven for wildlife just 7 kilometers from the center of Kenya's capital, and one of the best protected conservation sites in Africa. Yet earlier this month, poachers masquerading as tourists calmly drove in here and found their target, a white rhino. They shot it dead before carving out its horn and then drove out again undetected. It's the first such killing in the park in 6 years, and it's shocked officials here. But it's put the spotlight on a growing menace in Kenya. So far this year, 200 elephants across Kenya have been killed for their ivory and 35 rhino for their horns. The national park killing has prompted Kenya Wildlife Service to review its anti-poaching strategies.
When our men are doing ground patrols, we offer them aerial cover because we got an air wing with several aircrafts, and we give them that backing, and that ensures that we are able to cover bigger ground, because even the aerial surveillance alone is able to tell us whether we have illegal activity inside our protected areas or not.
The KWS is also using tracking devices.
For rhinos and elephants, we have been using radio transmitters on them. For elephants, we have collars. And of course, for rhinos, we have mechanisms that we apply these transmitters so that we can be able to tell where some of these animals are at any one point.
But the rangers face a very cunning, often murderous opponent. Previously, many poachers would cross from Somalia on foot and hunt in Southeast and Meru national parks. Recently, they've begun using 4x4 vehicles, motorcycles and high-caliber weapons. Many have an army background.
We are strengthening our rules and our laws against poaching, because this is another area that hadn't really been looked at. So we're increasing the fines, jail sentences for people caught poaching.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has identified poaching as one of the biggest challenges facing Kenya. But it isn't a new problem. Kenya has struggled to increase the population of rhino and elephant for decades. In 1970, the population of elephants in Kenya stood at around 165,000. Now, this number dropped significantly in 1989 to 16,000 elephants. This pile of ashes are the remains of 12 tons of ivory that former Kenyan President Daniel Arap Moi burnt back in 1989. Over the years, however, the number has over doubled to 38,000 elephants. Legislation is coming that will mean 15-year jail sentences for poaching. But officials say the reality is the killing will continue as long as there's demand from buyers in the Far East. Galang, CCTV.